वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्त न धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवनतनय संकटहरण मंगलमूर्तिरूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा।
नमस्कार, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय गुरुदेव। A very warm and heartfelt welcome to all our Geeta sadhaks joining us today for the Vivachan session on chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga. At the outset, we humbly bow at the lotus feet of Yogeshwar Shri Krishna and Param Pujya Swami Shri Acharya Govindev Giriji Maharaj, seeking their divine blessings to guide us, our thoughts, actions and lives. At the outset, I would like to share a few suggestions for Zoom. If you are unable to hear clearly, kindly use headphones or increase the volume. In case of audio lag or interruptions, kindly check your internet connection and if possible, move to Wi-Fi. If the screen is not visible, please click on Start Video. If the screen appears blurred, it may be due to slow internet. Please check your internet connection. If Zoom discontinues unexpectedly, please watch this on YouTube. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyit dukkha bhagavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Praying for the welfare of all beings, I invite Usha Menon Didi from Ahmedabad to lead us in the opening prayer. Retired teacher, she joined Geeta Pariwar in 2022. She is offering GC and Tech Seva. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
जय श्री कृष्णा। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूर्यमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। सर्वं कृष्णार्पणमस्तु।
Grateful to you for this soulful and melodious prayer. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Now, for lamp lighting, I would request Maya Sahaje Didi of Pune. She joined Geeta Pariwar in 2022 and offers trainer seva. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहासकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Really grateful to you for this lamplighting. Just would like to inform all sadhaks that there are a few grammar sessions tomorrow. Kindly join them as per your language preference, Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu, whatever language you prefer. Those sessions are being organized tomorrow, L2 grammar session. Today, we have all gathered here to listen to and understand the profound wisdom of Vibhuti Yoga, the 10th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And we are also privileged to have respected Shraddhaji Raodeo here to guide us. Respected Shraddhaji Raodeo is a devoted disciple of Param Pujya Swami Govindev Giriji Maharaj and is deeply committed to the mission of Geeta Pariwar. She has been blessed by Pujya Swamiji with the responsibility of serving as the president of Geeta Pariwar, Bhagyanagar. She has been associated with the online Geeta classes since August 2020 and has tendered invaluable seva in the numerous departments, including training, examination, monitoring, and literature publications. A remarkable achievement under the guidance has been the first ever jail classes at Learngeeta, where inmates memorized 12 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita and successfully cleared the Pathik examination. Currently, she is leading the proofreading team for literature publications across 13 languages and also serves as Vivechak for online Gita Santa classes. It has been more than a decade that she has been dedicated to teaching of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā to children and nurturing Bal Sanskar by imparting spiritual wisdom and patriotic values. Respected Didi holds a BE in electronics and is postgraduate diploma in IT systems and management. Prior to dedicating herself fully to Seva, she worked in the corporate sector for over 13 years. Didi, we warmly welcome you and eagerly look forward to your enlightening exposition on Vibhuti Yoga or the 10th chapter, and also please guide us on the universal spark, understanding the limitless power of the divine. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya. That was a beautiful start of the session. A very warm welcome to the session, all of you. Before I begin, I want to confirm if I'm audible. Bhaiya, am I audible?
Yes, Didi.
Okay.
All good.
Yeah, okay. I'm connected for the audio from another device. Okay. A very, very warm welcome to the session, all of you. Let us resume our discussion on the beautiful Vibhuti Yoga and rectify our vision towards this universe. Rectify it such that we can see the Bhagavad Vibhuti. We can see Bhagwan everywhere around us. It will be a beautiful experience going through this ending part of this chapter. Let us all pray to Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Param Puja Gurudev, without whose blessings it is impossible to understand this yoga and experience the bliss of this Vibhuti Yoga. Let us all pray together. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasen Gratitam Purana Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Mashtadashaധ്യായിനി Amba Tvam Panusannadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Hari Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Again, a very, very warm welcome to the session, all of you. We are in middle of a very beautiful chapter, which in itself talks not only about the magnanimity of Bhagwan, but by the means of all the description that we are going through in this chapter, we will feel, we will experience the closeness with Sri Bhagwan. Whenever we think about Sri Bhagwan, what we imagine is he somewhere in Vaikuntha, sitting somewhere very far from us. And through this chapter, so far we have seen, Shri Krishna says, no, not very far. In the last session we saw, I am right next to you. Aham Atma Gudakesha. Very, very close to you. How close? The closest thing that we have to our body right now, these body parts, they are a part of the body. What is more close? These clothes. Shri Krishna says, Hari, I am closer than this, closer than what our vastra, where our clothes can be, closer than anything. This wind touching us, these clothes touching our body. Bhagwan is closer than that. He is just within us. Aham Atma Gudakesha. That was the first vibhuti we saw. And that set the direction of where this chapter is heading. It is showing us that we are so unaware of where Shri Krishna is. We have been so unaware of how close he has been. How close we are so unaware. He is so much around us. And this chapter has opened the doors of this beautiful knowledge. In this entire chapter, we have been discussing and rediscussing that there is no conceptually, spiritually, any important principle, any great knowledge being covered. This is a chapter to be experienced. This is a chapter, actually, the entire Bhagavad Gita is Anubhuti Ka Shastra, means a scripture that has to be experienced, not just memorized and understood and explained. Everything is very, very necessary. Unless you memorize it, unless we understand it, unless we study it, we will not be able to get it in practice. But to get it in practice, we have to start with a small thing every day, a small vibhuti every day. Each vibhuti is divine in itself. In the category to which that vibhuti belong to, they are the prominent ones. Like we saw last time, beautiful vibhutis. Samvaruno Yadasamaham. We have completed up till the 29th shloka. Anantaschasmina Ganam. Varuno Yadasamaham. Pitrudamariyama Chasmi. Yamasai Yamatamaham. Amongst the category in which the vibhuti is being told, the vibhuti is the most supreme. But having said that, our vision should not be restricted only to that vibhuti. Bhagwan's presence is not restricted only to that vibhuti, but prominently everywhere around us. And today, what we are going to start with is a divine shlok. We all associate Bhagavad Vibhuti, Bhagavad Tattva, the divinity, with only good things. We just feel that only the goodness has this element of Satvikta. The Brahma Tej, it is present only in the things pleasant to us and in the things favorable to us. But Shri Krishna says, don't restrict it. Don't restrict your vision to just pleasant things. Don't restrict your vision to only godly things. Don't restrict your vision to my presence only to the things that you like. I am present everywhere, even in the things that might not be very liked, not very respected. Some part of me is present there also. And there are some vibhutis which we will see today, which will give us a beautiful understanding of how deep his reach is, how expansive his reach is. And today last time we had seen Indriyana, Manaschasmi, so many important vibhutis we saw. But what we see today will completely open the doors of our wisdom to something so divine, which will compel us to try and seek the Bhagavad presence everywhere around us. And for that, we will start from the 29th shlok to 30th shlok. Today we had completed up till the 29th shlok, the 30th shlok, where Shri Krishna very beautifully continues to explain his vibhutis to something that we dread. प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम्. What Shri Krishna says here, Prahladaschasmi Daityanam, amongst the Daitya, amongst the demons. Now, this Daitya, we all should know that Maharshi Kashyap, he had two wives, Diti and Aditi. The sons of Diti came to be known as the Devatas, Aditya, they are all Devatas, and the son of the other wife, Diti, they came to be known as Daitya. Daitya, they are known because of Diti, but also they had demonic qualities in them. Both had both had a similar type of upbringing, but their pravritti, their natures, they are basically what you can say, Sautele Bhai, but their pravrittis, their behavior, their nature is different. The Devatas, they would be following the path of Dharma, doing something which is good. They would ensure that the creation of Paramatma is protected, and they would not do injustice on anybody, and that is why they became worshipable to all. But the sons of Diti, who were called as Daitya, they were Bhogavadi, enjoy. For enjoyment, Bhogavad. They had Rakshasi Pravriti. We have seen Daiva Asura Sampad Vibhagayo, Asuri Sampada, full of the Asuri Pravriti, Asuri Sampata, Asuri nature. Loot others. For our own benefit, they could just loot anybody. But amongst these category of people of Daitya also, Shri Krishna says one small beautiful bud. Just in a in the weeds, somewhere in the weeds, if a garden is full of weeds, dried, and somewhere we see a tulsi leaf, a tulsi plant would grow like that. In this Daitya Kul also, there is one very divine bud that we see, that is Prahlad. Even amongst the Daitya, Shri Krishna says that the Bhagavad Vibhuti has existed. And Shri Krishna says, amongst the Daitya also, Prahlad is my Vibhuti. We all know the story of Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. Naradji is the guru of Prahlad. And when Kayadu Mata was pregnant, he gave her the Garbha Sanskar. And what is the impact of this Bala Sanskar, of this Garbha Sanskar? This is the first evidence we have. What happens when we give the right Sanskar to the children at the right age? Even after staying among so many dreadful sinners amongst the Daityas, Prahlad ji came up with such a beautiful personality. And what he has given us is out of the world. What he has given us is the knowledge of bhakti, the Navada bhakti. Amongst the Navada bhakti, there are different types of bhakti, and all the Shravanam, Kirtanam, all these things we see, these lessons we have got from Prahlad Bhagwan. And amongst the teachers also, what a very beautiful, see, this is an elaborate topic, we will not go into the depth of it, but we all know about the contribution that Prahlad has. We all know that he has sown the seed of bhakti, the seed of devotion. He has given the knowledge of Navada bhakti. But one very important thing that Prahlad has propagated is the importance of having bhakti or devotion in the system of education. This is such a novel idea. His thoughts were revolutionary, and he has expressed them to Hiranyakashipu. He told that, see, this we are this Geeta Pariwar's Bodha Vakya is what? Vidya Dharmena Shobhate. If you see the logo of the Gita Pariwar, Vidya Dharmena Shobhate. It is coming from the thoughts of Prahlad from all the knowledge that Prahlad has propagated. That when the knowledge is combined with bhakti and dharma, then it is the right knowledge. We see so many medical practitioners. They, because they lack the knowledge of dharma, because they lack the knowledge of what is right, what is wrong, they lack the knowledge of devotion, they do not have the bhakti, shraddha within them, they end up utilizing their knowledge for the wrong things. But a sattvic person who says that I am doing this as a seva to my Bhagwan, somebody who is doing the medical practice as a seva for Bhagwan, as a seva for the society, is dharmic in nature, he will never misuse his knowledge. Similarly, this applies to all the fields of knowledge. And that is why if dharma and bhakti are made important parts of the education system, then the people, the students who grow out of it are going to be the best citizens, the best human beings on the face of the earth. This thought has been propagated by Prahlad ji. So not just devotion, not just faith, not just the tapascharya at such a small age, going through so many difficulties that Prahlad stands for, but also these noble thoughts, that devotion, the lessons of bhakti, all these should be a part of the education system. This will eradicate the Rakshasi pravritti, the wrong doings from the face of the earth. Such an important lesson comes from Prahlad ji, and Shri Krishna says that Prahlad amongst the Daitya is my vibhuti. Further, Shri Krishna mentions Kala Kalayata Maham. Amongst the things which can be calculated, counted, Shri Krishna says Kal, the time is my vibhuti. Because nothing is longer than time, nothing can be longer than time. The time in itself, the Kal, is extremely important. It is Anadi. Nobody knows when it started. Ananta, we don't know how long the time is going to be. So, amongst the countable things, there can be nothing that is longer than what? The Kal, that is the time. So, Sri Krishna says that Kal is my Vibhuti. मृगाणाञ्च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणा मृगाणाञ्च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं मृग is Shwapat, that is the animals, the four-legged animals basically. Amongst them, Shri Krishna says, Simha, that is the lions, is my Vibhuti. Now, what do we call Simha? Simha Banaraj, he is the king animal. He is the, we see, lion is the animal, lion is the king of the animal kingdom. In the animal kingdom, he is called a lion. Why? Why is he known as the king? Unless that Rajabhishek is done, we do Rajabhishek and a king is declared. There is a very beautiful Subhashit in Sanskrit language about the kingship, or you can say the Rajabhishek of Simharaj. Na abhisheko na sanskaro. There haven't been any sanskar of Rajabhishek, etc. on the lions. Na abhisheko na sanskaro simhasya kriyate mragaihi vikramarjita rajasya swayameva mrigendrata. What is said is so beautiful in this Subhashit, that there are no sanskars, no abhishek or anything that is done by the animals on a king, on this lion. But how is he declared the king? King Vikramarjita Rajyasya. Vikramarjita. By his valor, by his paurush, by his courage, by his valor, he is declared what? The king of the jungle. And that is why Shri Krishna says that he, because of his qualities, not just because of his appearance or anything, because of the qualities he is called, because of his grace, his royalty, because of the valor, he is rightly known as the king of all the animals. And amongst the birds, amongst the thing, Vainateyascha Paksharam, among the things that can fly amongst the birds, Vainata, that is Vainateyascha means the Garudji is my Vibhuti. Further, Shri Krishna mentions the list of vibhutis. Pavanah pavatamasmi Rama Shastra Bhratamaham Jashanam Makaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Jahnavi. Pavanah pavatamasmi. Pavanah pavatamasmi. Pavan, we all know that it is the Vayu. Amongst the things that can flow, the Vayu is my Vibhuti. Pavana Pavatam Asmi. Now Pavatam is not amongst the things that flow. Pavatam, the things that purify. There are so many things which will purify a things. Amongst the things that purify, Pavan, that is the wind, is my Vibhuti. It is a very beautiful thing, because amongst the thing that purifies, we see when wind is blowing, hmm, the entire aura will get purified. Now we think about it from a deeper perspective. Hmm. We think of for purification, we are doing jap, all other things. Many people feel that should go to the temple. Now the most pious thing about the temple is definitely the murti, the different puja, parikrama, worship, all that you do. The temples in itself are so beautiful. The thing that makes the whole thing very pious, the atmosphere, because of all the good thing that happens, the atmosphere becomes very pious there. The whole atmosphere is pious, and that is why if I sit here and decide that no, I can think about Ganga Mata here, I can think about Shri Gnaneshwar Maharaj here, I can think and I can do the dhyan of Krishna Bhagwan here, and that way I can attain the piousness, I can attain the punya. That is not wrong, but the grace of the temple is at the temple itself. The Vrindavan ki hawa, there is devotion in the winds of Vrindavan. When we think about Dwarka, we think about Anandi, all these pious places, we can get those murtis here, we can think about those gods and remember them. We can bow down to them from the place where we are, but we cannot get that aura, we cannot get that purifying air. Just stepping on those pious bhumi, the uh, the kumbha that had happened in the kumbha kshetra, just getting to experience the aura of all the saints visiting there, the getting to feel the aura of Kumbh itself is very, very purifying. And that is the entire Vayu Mandal, the entire atmosphere of that place, which is pious. Nothing is more pious. Nothing has the capacity of making anything more pure than the wind itself. And Rama Shastra Bhratamam, amongst all the things, that amongst all the human beings who carry the weapons, Shri Krishna says, Ram is my Vibhuti. Bhagwan Sri Ram. Now, when we talk about Ram, there are two Rams, Parshuram and Bhagwan Sri Ram, both are indicated, but definitely in this, and both for this phrase applies to both, because Parshuramji also never left his weapons. But here, what is being largely accepted, and it is right also, is Sri Ramji. Ramji, throughout his life, so many things he has lived. He is a epitome of Tyag. He's lived his life and shown by the principles he has followed throughout his life, the dutifulness. He has followed everything for the following of his duties, for his duties to be followed. If he had to give up on something, he has given it up very easily. But one thing that Sri Ramji never gave up was his Shastra, his Dhanushban. Now also when we think of Sri Ram, we can never imagine Sri Ram without a Dhanushban. And that is why Shri Krishna says that Rama Shastra Bhratama, Shastra Bhratam, amongst the ones who hold their weapons. From the childhood, just look at the life of Sri Ramji. When he was told that he has to go with Vishwamitra ji, that time he went for the protection of the Yagya and the Rishi Munis. Definitely he carried his weapons with him. After coming back, when Kaikai Mata sent him to exile, Dashrath ji had one small request to make. He said, okay, you are not going to listen, Ram, I know, but just stay for one night. Just let it be for one night, stay for one night. Give me some time to digest this fact that you will be going, go tomorrow morning. Sri Ram said, no, I will go today because Kaikai Mata has given that order that today before the Suryasta, before the day ends, I should leave Ayodhya. I have to go. Not a moment he took to think, just so that Kaikai Mata does not get a chance to point out that his vachan was not followed. Dashrath did not follow his vachan. So easily he gave up on Ayodhya. While giving up on Ayodhya, he could have utilized this opportunity. He then ruk jao. One day stay at Ayodhya, then 14 years you are not going to see Ayodhya. Ayodhya was extremely dear to Sri Ram. But he didn't fall to that temptation. He easily gave up on the temptations of staying in Ayodhya, easily left Ayodhya. Later in life, you will see when after coming back from exile, when it was a time to let Janaki Mata go, let Sita Mata go, he easily gave up on her. He went through the pain, but he didn't. He let her go. Towards the end of the Ramayana, when Kal Purush himself comes and tells Sri Ramji, now it is time to go. Your work is over. You are nicely, engaged here, but it is time to go, Sri Ramji. And at that time, all those incidents he happened such that he himself ordered Lakshman, you go and you do your own Visarjan. Ramji has given upon Lakshman Ji also. But never ever did he separate his Dhanush Ban from himself. Never ever he has left that Dhanush Ban. Even in exile, when Sita Mata asked, you were told to go as a tapasvi, why did you get the Shastra? Ramji said, no, the Shastra even there, even though he could have left it, he has not, no point of time he has left his weapons, and that is why he is amongst all the people who carry their weapons. Sri Krishna says that Ramji is my vibhuti. Jashanam Makarashasmi, the crocodiles. They amongst all the animals, aquatic animals, I am the Makar. Why? He is so deadly. He's so his one bite. He's so scary. And the might of that crocodile. I leave everything else. What do we see in the Gajendra Moksha Stotra? One Gaja, one elephant is held by this crocodile. That is the strength of the crocodile. So Sri Krishna says, by the might and the strength that amongst strength that he possesses, he is my vibhuti. Srotasam Haspi Jahanavi. Srotasam, amongst the rivers. Shri Krishna says, my vibhuti is Jahanavi, that is Ganga. This Jahanavi river, Ganga Mata. Ganga Mata is respectable to us in many, many ways. She is, we all know, one dip in Ganga Maya is going to it is going to wash off all our sins. But why Jahnavi? Why is Ganga Maya called Jahnavi? We all know the story of Ganga Mata. She was brought from the heaven on the earth by Bhagirath, King Bhagirath. And that is why she is also known as Bhagirathi. The tap, the penance of 3 generations has resulted in this Ganga Mata coming on this earth. Now, when King Bhagirath was bringing this Ganga Maya on the earth, or on the path of through which she was coming on this earth, in middle, this King Jannu was doing his yagya. He saw this divine river is coming. She's flowing down with full force. Jannu Raja, he was a very intelligent, very pious, very good at tapascharya, and somebody who had perfected the act of tapascharya. He was sitting, he saw Gangaji is coming. What he did, he just drank He just held, he said, no, my entire yajna will go waste. He just held her inside him and gobbled, in our language, just drank the Gagga Mata. Bhagirath king, he was going, kept walking. He says, Ari, what happened? I can't hear her. I can't hear her flowing. He saw back, started walking backwards and went on the path. He saw, where is she? Where is Ganga disappeared? Where has Ganga disappeared? And he tracked her till where King Jannu was doing his tapascharya, his yajna. There, he explained everything to King Jannu. King Jannu was also very understanding, very learned, very nice tapasvi. He heard King Bhagirath. He told that from 3 generations we are doing this tapascharya so that Ganga Maya can come. For the benefit of all the people on this earth, we really need her to come on the Prithvi. Jannu King said, okay, fine. And then with his yoga, power of yoga, he brought her out from his ear. From his ear, Ganga Maya again started flowing. So he had drank her, and she was the Ganga waters were in his stomach. And then with the yoga Maya, he through his ear, the Ganga Maya started flowing. So this was a second birth through the ear of King Jannu, and that is why she is known as Jahnavi. So this amongst the rivers, Shri Krishna says that the Ganga Maya, the Jahnavi, is my Vibhuti. And along with this, Shri Krishna says that I am the one who is the creator of this universe. How many Vibhutis can we go through? सर्गाणामादिरन्तश्च मध्ये चैवाहमर्जुन अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादः प्रवदतामहम्. Shri Krishna says sarganam adirantascha. Amongst all the amongst this entire universe, it has a beginning, it has an end, and in middle there is all of us. This entire universe runs around these 2-3 things, and from its creation till its end, and everything that comes falls in between. It is all having what it is under. It is just me. I am the beginning of this creation. I am the end of this creation too. At the same time, in between, whatever you see in this creation, I am, it is just me. Chaivaham Arjuna. Cha eva aham Arjuna. It is me. And further, Shri Krishna also says, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. The Adhyatma Vidya, amongst all the different things, amongst all the different things that are studied, Vidya, we all know, stands for knowledge. Amongst all the different types of knowledge that we have, Shri Krishna says the Adhyatma Vidya is me. Adhyatma Vidya refers to Adhi Atma. Adhyatma is Adhi Atma. And when we talk about the Adhyatma Vidya, it is the knowledge that tells us about ourselves, who we really are. Adhyatma Vidya. And amongst this, Shri Krishna says, amongst all the different knowledges, all this knowledge that we have, the knowledge of medical science, the knowledge of engineering, the knowledge of architecture, commerce, or finance, all this knowledge, it stays with us till this lifetime, till this life, till this birth only. It is not going to stay with us after this after this body is gone. But the knowledge of self that we acquire through what? Through our yagya, tapa, to our swadhyay. This is going to stay till the end of this universe. After that also, it is going, whatever we are earning, it is going to stay with us. Shri Krishna says this in the same thing in the 6th chapter also. This knowledge is going to stay with us for a very, very long time. Adhyatma Vidya is that supreme knowledge which is going to help us sail through many, many births. And we are born as human beings. The very purpose of human beings is to acquire this knowledge. And we all should consider ourselves very lucky. There are some really good deeds that we have done, that we have reached so far, that we are able to get this Adhyatma Vidya by the means of studying Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. So this Adhyatma Vidya, Vidyanam, amongst all the knowledge that we see, this Adhyatma Vidya is my knowledge, is my Vibhuti. And Vadah Pravadatamaham. Vadah Pravadatamaham. There are different types of conversations a person has. And amongst the conversations, Vad is a type of conversation where now there are different types of conversations. There are three different types of conversations. We will not go into the details of those types, but one important thing that we have to understand about Vad is that it is a very different type of conversation where both the sides, usually the first type of conversation is where I talk, the other person also listens, and we end up trying to convince each other. The second type of conversation is where a person tries, and no matter, even if we are convinced of the other side, we do not agree with it, and we just cut the conversation of others, and we stay on our point itself. But Vad is a type of a conversation where mutually two sides will discuss and try to come to a conclusion. A point that I agree with and a point that you agree with, we'll combine, we will together. There is a process of improvising the conversation with the help of what? With the help of mutual understanding. It is a very creative way of enriching the knowledge, and that is why this kind of conversations and the different types of conversation, Shri Krishna says, Vad is my vibhuti. Amongst all different types of conversation, Vad is my vibhuti. Further, Shri Krishna continues, Aksharanam akarosmi dvandva samasikasya cha ahamevakrayah kalo dhataham vishvato mukha. Amongst the different types of here Shri Krishna has mentioned about the different types of letters, aksharana. Amongst the different types of letters, Shri Krishna says, who am I? I am the akar. Any letter is incomplete without the akar. Just think about it. This letter, if we just think about small letters, just saying half ka, it is very difficult. Just saying half letter ka, it is going to be extremely difficult. But try saying it with the then that letter gets a meaning. Every letter gets completed because of the sound of so that is why that brings the entire language some meaning. Entire Shraddha, the word get their meaning, we are able to form themselves because of this letter A and the other vowels A, E, E. So amongst this akar is my vibhuti. Amongst all the letters, Shri Krishna says that akar is my vibhuti. Dvandva samasikasya cha. Dvandva. Amongst all the different types of samas. Now, samas is a very important category of phrases in Sanskrit. We all know Sanskrit is a beautiful language, a very rich language, and the Sanskrit language gets lot of its richness from its samasikata, means what? From its capacity to form the samas. From the capacity to form the samas means what? Samas is when two phrases, two related words, two words are combined. Pitambara means the one whose dress is of yellow color. Pita Ambara. So together it is this way. There are different types of this kind of combination of two phrases into one makes the language more beautiful. It adds a lot of grace to the language. And Samasikata is one of the most beautiful thing about Sanskrit. And in the different types of samas, this is a very important part of the grammar of Sanskrit. In the different types of samas, there are different types of samas, Bhauri and all other types are there. In them, amongst them, Shri Krishna says, Dvandva Samas is my vibhuti. Now, Dvandva Samas, what makes this Dvandva Samas very important? Samas has as I told you, there are two phrases. In all other types of samas, either the first part or the second phrase, or neither of the two phrases, the third, both the phrases together indicate some third person. Or the first part of the samas is important, or sometimes the second part of the samas is important. Based on that, the different categories of samas are classified. But Dvandva samas is a samas where both the phrases become equally important. Both the phrases of that word are equally important. There is a samata, that is equanimity in the two phrases in this Dvandva Samas, and because of that samata, this Dvandva Samas becomes one of the important samas. Shri Krishna says that Dvandva Samas is my vibhuti. Ahameva Kalo. I am the Akshay Kal. Shri Krishna says Akshaya means Traya refers to what? Which is exhausted, which becomes Kshina, which slowly goes down, which slowly deteriorates. Anything, our body is Kshaya. It deteriorates, it ages eventually. Slowly, it is aging, it is becoming dysfunctional, it is losing its capacity to function, and um, gradually one day it is going to stop functioning because there is a constant rise, constant decline, constant deterioration that is happening. But the Kal, which does not undergo any kind of deterioration. Now, you will see amongst in the previous thing also, Shri Krishna says, Kala Kalayatamaham. And now here Shri Krishna is saying, Mahameva Kshaya Kalo. Then this question would come to your mind, what is the difference in these two vibhutis? Is he repeating his vibhuti? No. When we were talking about that Kal, we were talking about the countable Kal. How do we count time? Right now, is it a daytime, night time? The counting is done by the way this sun, solar chakra, the cycle of the sun is revolving. Based on that, we are counting the time. We are keeping a track of the time, how the sun, how much sun is traveling, the moon is traveling, and based on all this, we are doing at that counting. All that counting is being done. Now, the places where the sun, moon, all of them are not existing, how will we count? That is an important question. Places where there is no sun, we are not talking only about the solar system. See, this Bhagavad Gita is not restricted just to this world. It is not restricted just to this Prithvi. It is not restricted only to the solar system, not restricted only to our Milky Way galaxy. It is beyond this. It is beyond this entire known universe that this Bhagavad Gita is applicable to. And beyond this known universe, there is no sun, moon that who will help us keep a count of time. It is not possible for us to keep a track of time beyond where the sun stays, beyond where these celestial bodies exist, the sun, the moon, the stars, beyond this, where we cannot count, where the counting is not possible because of the lack of the knowledge of those system that we have. At that place, what is that one consistent thing? It is the Akshaya Kal. It is the everlasting time. The sun also has a limited time span, lifespan. Sun has also come from some other, sun is also born out of some other thing. That also comes with its own lifespan. The universe that we are living in, it comes with its own time span, but that time span is a small element of the bigger Akshaya Kal, of that everlasting time, the inexhaustible timeline that we cannot even think about with our little mind. That Akshaya Kal, Shri Krishna says, is my vibhuti. See how exhaustive, how expansive. It is beyond our imagination. And when we think about this kind of a vibhuti, we will realize how small we are, how timid we are, how insignificant we all are. This Akshay Kal is the one which is binding the entire universe. What Sri Krishna has said further, Dhataho Vishwato Mukhaha, Dhataho Vishwato Mukhaha. He is this Akshay Kal. It is in all the directions. It is holding all the directions together. This Akshay Kal is the one which is the dispenser of all the directions. It is the one which is holding all the directions. It is the one which is responsible for holding this entire universe, giving a timeline to this entire universe. I am that Akshay Kal. I am that everlasting, inexhaustible time. Thinking about this makes us feel so small, makes us feel so timid. And that is why this chapter is important. Understanding this timidity of our life, understanding this minusculeness of our time will destroy all our ego and it will purify our vision to be able to see Bhagwan around us. That is the beauty of this chapter. Anybody who feels that this chapter is insignificant, just a vibhuti, list of vibhutis, no. It is a chapter which can really open our eyes if we go into the depth of these vibhutis and understand. When Shri Krishna talks about these vibhutis and we see the magnanimity of all these vibhutis, we will understand how timid we are, and that timidity that we develop in our vision will give us the magnanimity to understand Bhagwan. It will open the doors of our wisdom and make us realize that we are so less, we are so small. We can lose everything everywhere, but Bhagwan is the epitome and we will develop the capacity to see him everywhere. Shri Krishna says further is more important. Mrityu sarva haraschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam कीर्तिश्रीर्वाक् च नारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधाधृतिः क्षमा. What Shri Krishna says here, Mritya Sarvaharashchaham. Amongst the things, Sarvaharah, the things which devour everything of you. There are thefts that can happen. Everything will be taken away. Anything else, the all devouring things. Sarvaharah. Haraha means taking away. Things that deprive you of something, things that keep you deprived, things that will deprive you. Amongst the things that keep you deprived, the things that will deprive you of everything, I am death. Shri Krishna says, Mrityu is also my vibhuti. That death is also my vibhuti. The moment we see this, moment we understand this vibhuti, translating and understanding it is very simple. I am death, death is my vibhuti. But when we look at it, our perception towards death itself changes. Our perception towards, oh, it is doing what? It is just depriving me of these worldly things. All that I have earned in this birth, in this body, as a human being, all that will be taken off. And only my sanskar will go with me. Whatever I am doing, that will keep us grounded. That Bhagwan is the one who can ultimately deprive me of everything by just coming in the form of death. Just coming in the form of death, he can deprive us of everything, will make us feel grounded, will help us know this universe around us with a different perspective. Shri Krishna says this death is my vibhuti among the things that devour you. And udbhavascha bhavishyatam. No, Shri Krishna is not only talking about the destruction, amongst the prosperity, bhavishyatam, those who will be prosperous, the prosperity of the prosperous ones is my vibhuti, the prosperity within me. Before the death, there are moments of prosperity that we are going to experience. those prosperous experience we are getting. Because of whom? Because as a prosperity, taking the form of that prosperity, Shri Krishna Bhagwan has come in our life. We have gained lot of wealth. That is our Udbhav. Udbhav means prosperity, our success, our enrichment of any kind is our Udbhav. And in all that prosperity, whenever we see Udbhav happening, see, we all getting to learn Bhagavad Gita through the means of this Learngeeta. This is also prosperity for us, to think of it from a spiritual perspective. From the worldly perspective, getting a good job, cracking a great business deal, buying your own house, buying your own car, all these different things could be what? The moments of prosperity in our lives. And all these moments of prosperity in our lives, the prosperity that we get in these moments of prosperity is what? It is the vibhuti of Bhagwan. Then Shri Krishna comes to something very beautiful. Kirti Shri Vakchanarinam Smritir Medha Dhriti Kshama. Kirti Shri Vakchanarinam. Now, what are these 7 vibhutis? Shri, Vak, Smriti, Dhriti, Kshama. These Medha. Kirti, Shri, Vak, Smriti, Medha, Dhriti, and Krama. All these, Shri Krishna says, are vibhuti amongst the Narinam, amongst the ladies, amongst the feminine qualities. So, Shri, the beauty, Samriddhi, the prosperity, the beauty, Vak, somebody having a beautiful voice, beautiful speech, Suswar Kantha, what we say in Sanskrit, Hindi, Marathi, and all other languages. Suswar Kantha means somebody with a nice throat, a nice voice, a nice speech. That is Vak. Smriti, our intellect. Medha, Smriti, our memory. Medha, our intellect. Dhriti, our fortitude, our capacity to control ourselves, knowing where to stop. Some people can go on, talk, but knowing where one has to stop is very, very important. That brings the grace to your entire speech, grace to your personality, grace. Suppose somebody is, driving a car, we are driving. Very nice accelerator, a car goes zoom, we all like it, but it's very essential that the car has efficient brakes. Otherwise, the entire mechanism is of no use. That dhriti is that breaks to our personality, personality in actions, in speech, in doing anything. That dhriti, control, kaha rukna hai pata hona chahiye. That dhriti is one very important thing. Kshama, forgiveness. Very beautifully now when we talk about kshama, we come across this word kshama at multiple places in Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And what Jnaneshwar Maharaj, the way he describes forgiveness is very beautiful. Kshama is not just saying that I have forgiven. Forgiving, not just saying, but by belief. From the heart, we should be forgiving. And at the same time, forgiving is not when, suppose I am some very weak, thin, lean, suppose a person who has no capacity to fight with a strong person, or some strong person comes and hits me. And anyways, I don't have the capacity to fight back and I say, okay, maaf kar diya. That is not kshama. Kshama is when you have the capacity to take a revenge, but I choose not to take a revenge. I have the capacity to trouble the person in front of me as a part of revenge, but I decide not to do and forgive the person from within, from the heart. Such a thing is called kshama. It is called forgiveness. The moment we learn forgiveness, then automatically our capabilities, our efficiencies, our eligibility in the eyes of Bhagwan increases. Always remember that. And that is why this Kshama is also a very important gun. So all these feminine characteristics that are described, Shri Krishna says, are my vibhutis. So amongst all the feminine characteristics, now this also this particular two phrases can be taken in different perspectives. Understand this, Shri is the daughter of Bhrigu. Last time we had seen the story of Maharshi Bhrigu, and Vak is the daughter of Brahmadev, Brahmaji. So Shri and the others, Kirti, Smriti, Medha, Aditi, Kshama, all are the daughters of Daksha Prajapati. So in one way, these seven ladies are my vibhutis. That is one literal translation. Another thing is to look at them. Narinam, amongst the feminine characteristics, amongst the characteristics which are described in a feminine way, amongst these, anyone who possesses these as is my vibhuti. This explanation comes from Parampuja Gurudev, where he says that anyone who possesses kirti, fame, shri, prosperity, vak, good speech, good voice, good vani, smriti, good memory, good intellect, good control, good forgiveness characteristic. Anyone who possesses these good qualities is who is my vibhuti. So there are two ways of looking at this shlok. Both are appropriate as per Gurudev. Further, Shri Krishna says, Brihat Sama Tatha Samnang Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshoham Rutunang Kusumakaraha. Brihat Sama Tatha Samnam. Amongst, we had seen amongst all the Vedas, Shri Krishna had told that Sama Ved is my vibhuti, and in that Sama Ved also, there is a part that is known as Brihat Sama. There is a particular type of group of mantras which is referred to as Brihat Sama. They are, Shri Krishna says, are my vibhutis amongst the Samveds. Vibhuti me vibhuti. Vibhuti in the vibhuti, Shri Krishna says that Brihat Sama is my vibhuti. They are a group of shlokas where praise of Bhagwan is done in lot of depth, and Shri Krishna says that it is my vibhuti. Gayatri Chandasa Maham. This beautiful compilation of the world in this words, beautiful compilation of words, Gayatri Chandasa Maham. In this whole world's literature, which the one thing that will awaken the intellect of any person is what? It is this Gayatri mantra. We think about all the different blessings that we seek. Sukha sampatti ghara ave, all this thing, kashtamite tanaka, all these things we think about. But what Gayatri mantra says is very beautiful. What Gayatri mantra says that may all the different intellect come to me. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. Where dhi is the plural. Means what? May all the different, nowadays we talk about this multiple intelligence. If this is all, this has started in science recently, multiple intelligence and all other things. But our Rishi Munis from that time have known that intellect is not just of one type. There are different types of intellect. And all these different types of intellects need to be developed, and that is why our Rishi Munis have said that Diyo Yona Prachodayat, may all the different types of intellect come in one person, and that is why for people who've undergone that Upanayan Sanskar should compulsorily do the Aradhana, do the chanting of this Gayatri mantra. Our Rishi Munis consider that Gayatri mantra is like a Kamadhenu for the ones who have undergone that Upanayan Sanskar. All the Batus, if they do the chanting of Gayatri mantra, anything that they want can be realized, they can achieve. So it is very important. Gayatri mantra is considered as the mother of all the Vedas. Adi Shakti Upasante Gayatri Veda Mataram. Gayatri Veda Mataram. She is the mother of all the Vedas. So important, so much importance has been given to the Gayatri mantra, Gayatri Mata. And Maasana Margashirshoham. What we all are learning? We are learning Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. When has this Bhagavad Gita originated? From the mouth of Shri Bhagwan, in the month of Margashirs. Geeta Jayanti is what? Shukla Ekadashi of the Margashirs month. So this Margashirs month has been very, very pious, and not only from this perspective, we also should know that our ancient most calendars, they now we start from Chaitra Vaishakh and we start from the Chaitra month, but our ancient most calendars used to start from the Margashirsha month. This calculation has been elaborately explained by Lokmanya Tilak ji. We all, very few of us are aware that Bal Gangadhar Lokmanya Tilak ji, he was a great mathematician. We all know about his great contribution in the awakening of Indian society. We know his contribution in establishing the media, the newspapers in our society. We know about his contribution as a writer of Karma Yoga Shastra, Geeta Rahasya. We also know his contribution as a freedom fighter. We should know that he was one of the greatest mathematician of that times. And he has very elaborately explained, very different, his calculations are amazing. The kind of data he has brought in front of this world. One of the examples is this calculations which have proved that Margashish used to be the first month of in our scriptures. There is one very interesting calculation he has told about how many crores of euros the Britishers have looted from India. Great calculation, great maths he has done, and put it in front of the society. That is not the discussion topic today, but just to tell you this point that he was a great mathematician also, which very few of us know. And because the demand of the time was that he spends his talent into awakening of the country as a seva for this country, he left his maths teaching and maths other activities, and he contributed to the awakening of the Indian freedom. That topic aside, but Margashirs is the amongst all the months, Shri Krishna says that Margashirs month is my vibhuti. Rutunang Kusumakaraha, amongst all the seasons, Shri Krishna says Kusumakara, that is the spring season, in which we witness the divine glory of God in the plant kingdom. What divine plants God has created. We get to witness all that, and also in the happiness in the animal kingdom is witnessed in this flourishing season of spring. Shri Krishna says, amongst all the seasons, spring is my vibhuti. Dyutain chalayatam tejas tejasvanamaham jayosmi vyavasayosmi sattvam sattvavatamaham. Very important. Listen to this very carefully. We should not misunderstand this vibhuti at any cost. Dyutain chalayatamasmi. I am the dyuta. The dyuta in this, dyuta is what? Gambling. In the chalayatamasmi, in the things that deceit. What is chal? It is deceit or cheating. In the things that cause cheating or that are meant to deceive, Shri Krishna says, I am gambling. Now, don't go if somebody says, nah, I've learned Vibhuti Yoga, and Shri Krishna says, gambling is my Vibhuti, we can go and gamble. No. Beware. Why? The very important Dyut is the Vibhuti of Bhagwan. Should we play with it? No. Remember, God is sitting there to fail you, to deceive you. There he is sitting as what? Chalayatam asmi. I am there to deceive you, and you cannot win over my deceit. When he says Mrityu Sarva Haraschaham, I am going to take everything, and there I am Mrityu. There you cannot defeat me when I'm standing in front of you as death. Shri Krishna says, if in the things that deceive you, if I'm standing in front of you as youth, as gamble, turn away. Don't come near me, because here I am sitting to cheat you, to deceive you, to fail you. Don't touch me. If we see an electric live, now we want electricity in our house. My computer is working on electricity. The phone, the lights, the lamps, everything in working on electricity we want. But so would we go and touch the high tension wire, and I want electricity, let me touch with bare hands. No. There, just like that, chalayatamasmi. At a place where Shri Krishna is sitting only to defeat you, to deceive you, we have to be very, very careful. So before touching the Dyut, before touching, thinking about gamble, remind yourself that Bhagwan is sitting there to defeat you, to destroy the one who touches it. And just like fire, the vibhuti of Bhagwan, we will not dare to touch that vibhuti. Shri Krishna has said, fire is my vibhuti. Will we go and touch? No. Like that, this vibhuti also not to be touched. Tejas tejasvinamaham tej. One's own influence, there is an aura. Tejasvi. Whom do we call Tejasvi? Swamiji, Modi ji, all people who do great success, who around us make us feel their brilliance. When that tej within them, this will vary from a person to person. Some people are so tejasvi, their aura, everything around them seems faded when they are standing in their own tej. The tej will be different in different people. It will be visible in different times, in different forms. The tej of an actor will be seen in his performance. The tej of an artist will be seen in his piece of art. The tej of an orator will be seen in his speech. The tej of a sportsman will be seen in his game. The tej of a donor will be seen in the charity that it does. So the tej is visible in different forms, in in different people, in different personalities. Their effect will surpass the effect of others, and this is the aura of vibhuti of Bhagwan. Shri Krishna says that aura, that splendor, the tej, the splendor that a person has is his vibhuti. So if somebody shows brilliance in his games, brilliance in his speech, that brilliant element that is coming, the tej that is coming, it is Sri Krishna's vibhuti. Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi. The success in anything that we do, any vyavasai, anything that we do, is what? Bhagwan's glory. The some people are Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi. This determination. Vyavasayosmi, not talking about the business. The Jaya, the drive that a person has to win. That drive itself is my vibhuti, Jaya. Some people are determined to achieve success in something. Their determination to succeed is what Shri Krishna says is my vibhuti. Their victory definitely is my vibhuti, but it comes from what? Their determination, that Jaya. In all, Vyavasaya is what we do with a determination to succeed. So in any determination to succeed, that success is my vibhuti. Sattvam Sattvavatamaham. Sattva also, there are two meanings. One we already are aware of, Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Amongst all the gunas, Sattva is my vibhuti. But the other is the sense or abstract of something. Like we say that Bhagavad Gita, the extract of Bhagavad Gita, the sattva of Bhagavad Gita is samata. Samata yoga uchyate. Yoga karma su kaushalam. All these things, different things that Bhagavad Gita talks about, it all rotates around one note, that is samata. That samata is the sattva, the crux, the extract, the abstract of something is the sattva. So the abstract of anything, Shri Krishna, like the liquidity of water. The liquidity is the sattva of that water. That the very extract, the very abstract of any element is me. That is his vibhuti. Vrishणीनां वासुदेवोऽस्मि पाण्डवानां मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासः कवीनामुशना कविः. Four very important people, because of whom we are also getting Bhagavad Gita, and whose personalities we should be enriched with all the time. We should be reminded with all the time. All four vibhutis are coming in this. The three prominent ones are coming here, which we are already aware of. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi. Amongst the Vrishni clan, the Vrishni clan, the Vrishnis, Shri Krishna says, the son of Vasudev. That is Vasudev, that is Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself is my vibhuti. Now, here understand that there is no reference to Bhagwan Krishna as an incarnation. He is the best member. Like every time Shri Krishna keeps telling Kuru Shrestha, Bharata Shrestha, Bharato Tamam Kuru, all this he keeps telling to Arjun. Why? That you are the best in this dynasty, in the Kuru Vansh, in the Bharat Vansh. Like that, Shri Krishna says, in the Vrishni Vansh, which has also a significant dynasty of that time, Shri Krishna says, the son of Vasudeva, that is Krishna, is my Vibhuti. So you will feel what Sri Krishna could have just said, I am the Vibhuti in my own. No, because understand, when we are reading this Bhagavad Gita, what we say, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, and not Shri Vasudeva Uvacha, Krishna Uvacha. No, because this is not the Bhagavad Gita. When we say, see, in layman terms, yes, it is a conversation, it is a dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. Correct. In worldly terms, but if you think about it from depth, it is the dialogue between Paramatma and Narottam. Paramatma and the best human being, best incarnation of a human being. This is a dialogue between the Paramatma and the Jivatma. And the Paramatma here is talking, saying that amongst the Vrishni, Krishna is my Vibhuti. So throughout the Bhagavad Gita, always remember that he is the Paramatma Roop, Parabrahma, a normal, not a normal human being, not the Krishna Bhagwan with the Basuri whom we always think about. That person, through the body of Krishna, it is the Parampita Paramatma who is talking. That we have to remember. Rama Shastra Pratamham, today only we saw. Ram is also Paramatma, Krishna is also Paramatma, but Shri Krishna has mentioned them as his Vibhutis. Who is it that is mentioning them as his Vibhutis? The Brahma Tattva, the Paramatma Tattva is mentioning them as the Vibhutis. So, this discourse is not just coming from a personified human being. And many, organizations just keep it as a personified human being. It is not. It is the Parabrahma Tattva who is taken the form of Krishna and talking to us. Then Pandavana Andanain Jaya. Look at the love. Even in this Adhyay, along with Sri Krishna Bhagwan, Parabrahma Paramatma is pairing Arjun. Amongst the Pandavas, Sri Krishna is saying that Arjun, he is my Sakshat Vibhuti. He is my Vibhuti. Shri Krishna says Mahabharata has countless characters, but nobody is like Arjun. Arjun is the most ideal character of Mahabharata. Understand that Shri Krishna is Sarthi of Arjun, not because he is my brother, my maternal uncle, son, mama, bhaja, all these things do not apply to Shri Krishna Bhagwan. He is become the charioteer of Arjun because of the great character that Arjun possesses. And what greater proof we need in Bhagavad Gita itself, 16th chapter, 5th shlok, Shri Krishna says, Ma ashucha sampadandaivi mabhijatosi pandava. Don't grieve, Arjun. Why? Because you are abhijatosi. You are born with all the godly, saintly qualities, with all these saintly virtues. You are born with those. Abhijataha. Not just that you have them, huh? He's saying Abhijata, you are born with them. That is the might of Arjun. One thing, see what kind of love he has from Arjun. All other things, the time is not there to go through all the different things that Arjun has. How he is the most favorite of Dronacharya and all. One small incident will explain how much Shri Krishna loves in the Khandav one. This event where Indra and Agni are present, and Arjuna and Krishna have been asked, what is it that you want? Indra Bhagwan was very happy. That is a very detailed incident. But Indra Bhagwan said, ask me what you want. Tell me. I'm very happy. Now he has asked Krishna Bhagwan and Arjun both. Now Arjun is Arjun. He is a Kshatriya. He's a Dhanurdhari and he is a excellent warrior. He says, yeah, I want this Dhanush. Gandhi, he has got, at that time, it's a, I want a beautiful Rath, I want a Dhanush, I want a Gandhi, and all that he has got. Then Indra Bhagwan said, Krishna, bataiye Vasudev, what do you want? What beautiful thing Shri Krishna has asked for. Shri Krishna says, I just want one thing, that the love between me and Arjun should be Shashvat. It should always stay. It should always remain forever. Not even saying that, okay, ye janam mein rehne do. What beautiful thing. Let me get the love of Arjun throughout Shashvat. That is the word used there. So, see, Parampita, Paramatma. See, somebody who is younger, less, qualified, saying that I wish, I seeking the blessings of Gurudev. हाँ कि अरे ये हमेशा रहे, I want your blessings always. That is a different thing. But Parampita, Paramatma saying that this devotee's love and my love for it should never go down. That is such great might of Arjun. उनको उसको हल्के मत ले, हल्के में मत लेना. In our normal language, don't take Arjun lightly. He is not somebody who by accident has got Shri Krishna. He has got Shri Krishna by the might of the great character that he has developed. And to understand that character, please go through Mahabharata nicely. Go to the kathas of our Gurudev and go through his character, and you will know his might. We have to try to become Arjun when this advice is given to us by our seniors. It is not just like that. It is because his might is such that Shri Krishna says he is my Bhagavad Vibhuti. And amongst the Munis, Shri Krishna says, Vyasa Muni is my Vibhuti. Muni Namapyaham Vyasa. The entire Bharatiya culture, we all take a lot of pride in our own Indian culture, and not Indian culture, I will say Bharatiya culture. We take a lot of pride in being Bharatiya and in our Bharatiya culture. This Bharatiya culture is what? It is the entire knowledge system established by Bhagwan Veda Vyasji. All our scriptures, the Vedas, the Puranas, the festivals that we celebrate, everything is coming from all these scriptures, which have been penned down by whom? By Bhagwan Veda Vyasji. He is Gurunam Guru. He is the one who has composed the Brahma Sutras, organized, categorized all the Vedas for us, written the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad, all Puranas coming from him. There is no literary genius greater than Bhagwan Veda Vyasji. He is the seed, the soul of our entire knowledge system. Shri Krishna says that he is my Vibhuti. Bhagwan Veda Vyasji is my Vibhuti. Kavina Mushana Kavihi. Kavi in Sanskrit does not refer to somebody who can create rhyming compositions and poems. Okay, Kavi refers to somebody who is very, very knowledgeable. And Ushana refers to Maharshi Shukracharya. Why amongst all the intellectuals Shukracharya? Because of the Sanjeevani Vidya. Sanjeevani Vidya was very difficult to get, and Shukracharya ji has managed to get it. Sanjeevani Vidya is the one by which you can bring a dead person to life. That is the highest order Vidya. He has managed to get it. Shri Krishna says, Ushana, that is Shukracharya, is my Vibhuti. Dando Damayatamasmi Nitirasmi Jigirshatam Maunain Chaivasmi Guhyanain Jnanain Jnanavatamam. Dando Damayatamasmi. Damayatamasmi. See, Damayatam means to suppress. Now, discipline is very, very required, very, very important. Some people can be disciplined only by force to oppress the miscreants. There has to be a provision to discipline them, to punish them. Shri Krishna says that this punishment is my vibhuti. Only when there is a provision of punishment, there will be peace in the society. Just punishment is necessary for a convict to deter him from doing any sinful behavior in the future. If it is seen that the sinners are punished, automatically other people will be afraid to commit those sins again. That is why punishments are very important to ensure and enable a person to follow the right conduct. And that is why Shri Krishna says danda, the punishment. He has declared it as his divine glory. Nitirasmi jigishratam. Jigishratam refers to anybody who wants to win. I want to be a winner. Anybody who wants to win is jigishratam. The person is anybody is the set of people who wish to win, who seek victory, is the Jigishitam. And how can you get victory? How can you attain victory? It is not possible to win anything without having a strategy in place. Chanakya managed to establish a totally new empire with a small boy. How? Because of his niti, the policies that he managed to have. Niti, the strategy that is applied by people who wish to be victorious. Shri Krishna says that that strategy is what? My divine glory. It is my vibhuti. Then Maunain Chaivasmi Guhyanam, amongst all the secretive things, things which should not be told, which should not be declared, which should be secret. Guhya, something that needs to be concealed. It should not be revealed. In that, what is the best way not to reveal anything, to keep things concealed, is by keeping silence. Shri Krishna says that silence is my vibhuti. Now, this is very important from both practical perspective and spiritual perspective. Spiritually, the more maun we do, see, we should follow Ekadashi, all these vrat we should do. But if while doing Ekadashi, we don't manage to keep a maun, then we cannot get closer to Paramatma in real sense. Are you know, we can, there are some rules which you can forego, but our maun is the most effective thing that will take us closer to Paramatma. And maun also has to be followed in a very nice way. How it should be followed, not by doing all these actions. Maun is maun. Maun is not just what we follow with the speech. Maun of mobiles, maun of the ear, where we don't let other things come to our ear, to our ears. We don't unnecessary things, we don't listen unnecessary things, we don't see, we don't scroll. All this also is a part of maun. Shri Krishna says that maun is my vibhuti. Spiritually, it is going to take you much more closer to Bhagwan. And one thing we can extend the meaning to, maun is a complete control over your speech. How much to speak, where to stop, what to reveal, what not to reveal. A complete control is also told as maun. Somebody who masters the skill of maun, where to keep quiet. See, many people know how to talk. They talk very well. They are great orators, but they don't understand where to stop talking, where to hold the horses and be quiet, where to stop explaining things to people. That control is extremely important. That complete control over speech is the vibhuti, the divine glory of Bhagwan. This is one thing we have to try to achieve. When we attain this, when we are able to get a complete control over our speech, gradually we will be able to control the speech to an extent where we can maintain a complete silence. A complete silence, not just by speech, but by listening, by things which we are consuming through different sense organs, and that will elevate us spiritually also. So that is why Shri Krishna says, Maun is my vibhuti. Then Jnana Jnanavatamaham Jnana. The importance of Jnana is spread across the entire Bhagavad Gita. The knowledge in the intellectual ones, Jnanavatam. Jnanavatam refers to the intellectual ones, the knowledgeable ones. Shri Krishna says, amongst the knowledgeable ones, amongst the jnanis, amongst the knowledgeable ones, Shri Krishna says, their knowledge is my vibhuti. We know the importance of knowledge in our history. We were talking about Chanakya. See, every culture flourishes due to knowledge, and ours is a very progressive culture. It is always in the direction of knowledge. What is the name of our country? Bharat. Bharat means what? One meaning we all know, the descendants of King Bharat, right? But Bharat means Bha refers to what? Illuminescence, brilliance. Bha, that brilliance comes from what? From knowledge. And Rata means in who always in that direction, moving in that direction. We are Karya Rat means what? Doing a karya is karya rat. Like that, when we talk about Bharat, in the direction of illuminescence, in the direction of what? Illuminescence of what? In the direction of knowledge. Bha is knowledge. Bha is the grace, the brilliance that comes out of the knowledge. Abha. That means what? The intelligence, the tej within us is coming, and the country which is in the direction of knowledge is Bharat. Such a beautiful name we have, our country has. We should be aware of it. And always, historically, our culture has given a lot of importance to knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita also, Shri Krishna says, Nahi jnanena sadrasham pavitramiha vidyate. There is nothing more pious, more pure than knowledge itself. The very DNA of this country is such that there will always be great teachers, great saints who will be there to worship and spread the knowledge in this entire world. Our country, we have a legacy of knowledge, and this is very important. And we have great personalities like our Gurudev and so many other saints who are in the pursuit of spreading this right knowledge. Shri Krishna says, amongst all these knowledgeable people, knowledge itself is my vibhuti. Hmm? Uh, not able to control this, but everything, how our history has been, everything was burned, everything was, the Nalanda University, so many people tried so hard to destroy our knowledge system. But as I said, the DNA of this country is such that it is always in the direction of knowledge, because knowledge itself is vibhuti of Shri Krishna. The Shri Krishna is very much present. This Bharat Bhumi is what? Deva Bhumi. So many pious places, pious temples, and we people like us, devotees who are ensuring that the knowledge and our culture remains intact. This Bharat Bhumi is a divine Bhumi. It is a Bhumi where the knowledge is never going to be extinct, because this knowledge in the form of Bhagwan itself resides here. Jnanajnanavatamaham. Understand that wherever you see knowledge, there is a aunsha, there is a fraction of Bhagwan present there. His divine glory is present there. Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijan tadaham arjuna na tadasti vina yatsyan mayam bhutan characharan. Now here Shri Krishna has given a gist of all his divine glories by declaring how many things. He says, I am the seed, the very root cause of entire bhutai chara achara. Chara achara, the animate, inanimate, the things that can move and not move, all the things that you can see around you, things that are movable, things that are unmovable, all, I am the seed of all of them. By the term seed, what Shri Krishna means? Not just the literal seed. He is the efficient cause, the very reason. He is the material cause of this entire creation. Srotasamasmi Jahnavi means he is not restricted only to Gangaji. He is not restricted only to Sri Ram, Mriganancha Mrigendroham, not restricted only to a lion, but amongst the other creatures also. By this one shlok, Shri Krishna has told what? That you should not be restricted only to these vibhutis. Are, I am in all others also, but prominently present in the lion. But at the same time, I am the seed of all the creatures you see around you. So, all the vibhutis that he told with this one verse, he has said, those vibhutis and all the forms that you see around you are my vibhutis. What does it mean? Everything that we see around us is a Bhagavad Vibhuti. He himself is the creator. At the same time, he is the creation. Everything that we see around us, without him, no creation can exist. Every tree, every plant, every animal that we see around us, Sri Krishna says, Bijantadaham Arjuna. I am the bij. I am the seed. So without me, nothing can exist. Natadatsi vinayatsyan. Without me, nothing can exist. Everything ceases to exist without him. So by the vibhutis, we should not keep our understanding restricted to the names that came in this adhyay. We have to learn to see them in these, first learn to see them in these rivers, in the Ganga Mata. We saw in Ganga Maya, but that does not mean that Bhagavad Vibhuti is not in Yamuna. It is not in Narmada. It is not in Krishna river. It is there very much. So all the rivers are my Bhagavad Vibhutis. Amongst them, this Ganga Maya is the prominent one. When Shri Krishna says, I Vibhutis, I am present in all the Rishimunis. Amongst them, one particular Rishimuni, amongst all the intellectuals, but in that Shukracharya, all the Munis, all of the Pandavas, my Vibhuti is there. Prominent one is Arjuna. So Shri Krishna says that I have given you what has happened. Understand, by seeing God in these particular divine glories, we are developing a vision to see him in these things and gradually see him in every creation around us. Shri Krishna says, my presence is in every fraction of this universe, and Vishesh Prabhav, specifically because you asked, I have given you all this Vibhuti list. What further he says, Nantosti mama divyana vibhutinam parantapa esha tu deshatah prokto vibhuter vistaro maya. What you are asking? How long can this list be? Nasti, nandasti. There is no end to this Parantapa. What name he has given? Parantapa means what? It is a name of Arjun, which indicates the one who gives tapa, that is, gives tension to the opposite enemy clan. Parantapa, you are giving the stress to other clan. Probably after telling all these vibhuti, Krishna Bhagavan also got stressed. And there is no end. You don't ask me for this list of vibhutis because there is no end to be. तुम क्यों परेशान कर रहे हो मुझे? The list is endless. I cannot tell you anything. Esha tu deshatah prokto vibhuter vistaro maya. I had thought that I will give you in a brief statement. I will give, but already that Vistar, already all that divine glories, I have given you, explained you with as much elaboration as possible. So what we have to understand, wherever we go, we will see, and especially in our country, wherever we go, we find such divine experiences everywhere. And now further, Shri Krishna generalizes. The crux of this entire discussion, whatever we have seen in this 40 shlokas so far, everything he generalizes and gives a one summary of all the vibhutis, which is a very beautiful shlok. Yad yad vibhuti matsattvam Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā va tattadevavagacchhatvam mama tejosha sambhavam. Yadyad vibhuti matsattvam Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Wherever you find any such divine experiences, any little bit divinity also you see, wherever you see something glorious, something prosperous, something powerful, something intellectual, remember, tattadevavagacchhatvam mama tejonsha sambhavan. It is a part of, it is a fraction of my splendor. Believe that it is my manifestation. All that glory, all that divinity, in whatever small fraction you see, it is originating from me, Mama Tejonsha. It is a fraction of my glory. You see somebody being helpful, being loving. Somebody is very lovable, somebody is very prosperous, somebody is very intellectual, somebody is able to talk well, somebody is able to any creature you see, peacocks, beautiful, so anything beautiful you see in your nature, understand ye Bhagavad Vibhuti hai. It is the divine glory of God. When you're going out, going to some tourist place and we see the beautiful creation, we are in awe. Remind yourself, this is the creation of my Paramatma. And that is what we have to develop by learning and reading this chapter. Understand that every beauty, every divinity, every prosperity that you see around you, believe it that it's my manifestation and all of it is originating from me. अथवा बहुनैतेन किन्यातेन तवार्जुन पृष्ठभ्याहमिदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. What will you do by knowing all these details? Athava bahuna etena kinyatena tava Arjuna. What are you going to know? Do by noting all this vibhutis. Understand that this entire universe, ekamshena sthito jagat, this entire universe is supported. This entire Kritsnam means the entire universe. Vishtabhyaham, supporting. I am supporting this entire universe by as a small part of me. This whatever knowledge you are availing here, everything is existing, everything is supported by a small fraction of me. This supporting this whole world by a very small part. In short, what he is saying, whatever you are seeing around you, ये सब तो मैं अपने जेब में लेके घूम रहा हूँ. This is a very small part. While I'm sitting in this chariot and controlling your horses, while I'm sitting in this chariot and talking to you and uplifting your mood and controlling this chariot of yours, at the same time I'm controlling this entire universe in one small fraction of me and taking care of this entire universe sitting right in your chariot. That is my glory. That is my beauty. That is my manifestation. We all have to understand this. Understand this beauty. Understand this manifestation of Bhagwan everywhere around us. This kind of vision will not come to us in 1 day, 2 days. It will not come to us very easily. It will come by lot of practice. And that can come by the grace of Param Pujya Gurudev and the blessings of Sri Krishna himself. Let us all offer this entire discussion at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and seek blessings that eventually, after certain time, whenever possible, but at least give it an assurance. Let us make a prayer that may we all develop this vision and vision to understand and experience these glories, experience Bhagwan around us all the time. Let us all say the Pushpika and Prarthana together. Hari Om. Om Tat Saditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītāsu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyāyāṁ Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dashamodhyāyah. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for the patient listening. May Bhagwan bless us all with this vision of divinity.
Grateful to
Thank
you,
you so
Didi,
much.
respected
Jai
Didi,
Shri
for such a nice, deeply. Didi, can you hear? Is it okay? Didi, can we go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah. Grateful to you, Didi, for such a nice, deeply inspiring and mesmerizing session. I would like to inform all sadhaks that our IT team has introduced a new update. Now, alongside the YouTube link, Zoom links for the Vivechan are also available on vivechan.learngeeta.com. So you can listen to your favorite Vivechan and also join via Zoom to ask questions during the other sessions. Now, a Zoom link is also being shared for the seekers who are connected via Facebook or YouTube, so they can join Zoom and ask their questions from Didi. Now, if any of our sadhaks have questions, kindly raise your digital hand and switch on your videos so that we may interact with you. I think so, not many questions. आप इतना अच्छा समझाती दीदी, कहाँ क्वेश्चन पूछेगा?
We can
विनायक
move
भैया
ahead.
कोई है क्या? I don't think so.
No, there are no hand raises. I don't see any hand raises so far. I think we can proceed. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, okay, Didi. Grateful to Yogeshwar Shri Krishna and Param Pujya Guruji Swami Govindev Giriji Maharaj for their blessings for the success of this village. We once again express our heartfelt gratitude to respected Shraddhaji Raodeo Didi for such an insightful and absorbing vivacha. We are certain that every one of us is living today with greater clarity, positivity, and inspiration. A sincere thank you to all sadhaks for their enthusiastic participation. We eagerly look forward to meeting you again in the next session. A special thanks to Vedang Rajan's Vaya, his technical team, who behind the scenes on Zoom and YouTube. To conclude today's session, prayers and gratitude, I invite Lata Govindan Didi from Chennai for Prarthana. She joined Geeta Pariwar in 2023 and is Geeta Vrati offering trainer seva. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
योगीशं सच्चिदानन्दौ वासुदेवव्रतप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकौ वीरं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्.
Didi, thank you very much for such a nice melodious prayer. जय बजरंगी वीर महान तेज तुम्हारा सुखदाई मन के सारे भय और संकट पल भर में मिट जाए. Now let us conclude the program with chanting of Hanuman Chalisa. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you very much, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा. जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय.
Jai Shri Krishna.